everybody, welcome back to a brand new video today on the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about kind of an interesting little topic here that I've wanted to make for a while. Like, I've wanted to make this video for a while, ever since I kind of heard about everything that's going on with this movie. But if you haven't read the title already and you don't know what I'm talking about, today we're actually going to be talking about the upcoming movie, The Flash. Now, this film was directed by Andy Muschietti and is another DCEU movie, and it's basically following Barry Allen as he goes back in time and tries to save his mom, but in doing so, he basically just breaks the entire universe, and a lot of things that we know from the DCU get retconned, and there's a lot of things that change, like there's no Superman, there's Supergirl. Basically an adaptation of the story of Flashpoint from the comics, which, might I add, awesome story. But that's not the topic of this video today. We're not going to be just talking about the movie in general. I wanted to talk about something that's been plaguing my mind for a while, ever since the Super Bowl trailer got released. Is this movie gonna make money? Is this movie gonna be successful in any way, honestly? Because there are certain things that I'm gonna talk about in this video that make me think that they don't really know either. Like, there's just so many unpredictable factors about this movie that I can't say if it's going to be successful or not. But in this video, I just want to go over some of those factors that I highlighted and some of the things that I've been thinking about with this movie that makes me think it's not going to make money, but then there are some things that they have in place that it will make money with. And I'm going to talk with the very first thing that's super obvious. Everyone's heard about it if they've heard about this movie. We need to talk about the Ezra Miller controversy.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Listen, I'm not going to comment on if I think the guy's a complete scumbag or not. I don't know what to think. The media is all over the place with certain things that he's been accused of. Like, I don't want to go specifically into it. There's just some things that have come out from the scene that makes me not really like him at all, if they are true. Because that's the thing too, the media always twists things. Some things might be right, some things might not be right. But I actually wanted to sit back and think, how much is this going to affect the movie? Because you got to think, people are going to look at Ezra Miller, they're going to see that he's in the movie, and they're going to say one or two things. They're going to go, he's a pretty shitty person, but I want to see The Flash. Or two, they're going to go, fuck this movie, I don't want to see this movie because Ezra Miller's in it. But the weird thing about it is that it used to be very one-sided, where a lot of people were like, yeah, I'm not going to see The Flash just because of Ezra Miller. But since this trailer came out, I looked, and I just see endless praise. Like, everyone and their mother is just like, oh my god, this movie looks amazing. Oh boy, I can't wait to go see this movie. I know Ezra Miller's a bad guy and everything, but I'm still going to go see the movie and have fun with it. And it's just interesting to me because where were all those people before that were just like, yeah, we're not going to watch this movie. And now all of the people are just like, looks like a pretty fun movie. Maybe I will go see it, even though Ezra Miller is apparently a monster. But hey, I really do think this is an interesting topic to talk about, because like, in reality, how much of those people are going to be swayed to watch the movie? Is the movie going to be successful in that part? And even if people aren't going to see The Flash because of that specific reason, Ezra Miller, are people actually going to go see it because of nostalgia reasons? Like, are people really going to go see the movie because Michael Keaton's back? Is that going to be enough? Are people going to want to come back and see Zod? I know that's a little bit of a more obscure character compared to Keaton, but people are still going to look at Zod and go, ooh, like, people likes that character. So, like, I know people who like that character, so it's genuinely interesting. Another factor I want to take into account is the James Gunn reset. Now, we've known for a while this movie is actually planning to restart the entire DCEU, and it's basically going to be kind of rebooting it in a way of some things will stay and some things will be gone. Some things will be erased. As an example, Ben Affleck, that will be erased completely. Henry Cavill, erased completely. But then certain things like, where it seems like Shazam, the upcoming Blue Beetle, those will stay. And it's just an interesting situation, because are people going to care about a film that's just resetting everything anyways? And also, is this movie going to be too confusing for some casual moviegoers? As I've said, this movie is adapting Flashpoint, and Flashpoint is basically, he goes back in time to change one thing, he fucks up everything, and everything changes. Now that alone, I think people could understand. But this movie is not 100% adapting that storyline, it's twisting it up with the multiverse a bit, and as cool as that is that going to be a little confusing to some people? Like, we'll have to wait and see about the movie, will that be confusing or not? But you also got to take into account that some moviegoers don't know about this reset. So what if the movie ends and they're just confused in where it's going and it tampers their expectations with the movie? Or if they just hear about it in general before they see the movie and that affects the overall success of the movie? And then the most obvious thing I wanted to talk about is superhero fatigue. Listen, I am a comic book fan. I love superhero movies. I've watched pretty much all of them since they've come out. There are very few superhero movies that I do not watch now. And even I can say that the superhero fatigue is starting to hit me. And if you don't know what that means, it's basically just of seeing a certain thing so many times to a point where you just don't care anymore. And the same is going to apply here. Are people really going to care about a film that's setting up 10 more years of superhero movies? Because that's a whole conversation in and of itself. If James Gunn is doing the right thing and actually keeping the movies going. I know a lot of hardcore movie fans do want this and they do want the DCU to go on. But you also gotta think, are people getting sick of this? Is this going to affect it in general? Obviously the movie isn't out yet, it comes out in a couple months here. But I still wanted to make the video because it's an interesting topic. It's been floating around my mind of just, will it be successful? So in the comments, if you've watched through to this point, comment down below, do you think this movie is going to be successful? Is there other things that you think I should have talked about in this video that you were kind of just thinking and you're like, why didn't you discuss that? Let me know in the comments. I actually do want to hear them. And I want to hear if people are down for this movie and if people are just like, no, I don't want to watch it. But anyways, that's going to be the end for this video. If you like what you saw here, please like and subscribe down below for more content on the channel coming pretty soon. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one. See ya.